Hey, what's going on, everybody? So you guys know my name is Yusef Scott, also referred to as the Forex GOAT. I want to welcome you guys here to the So Darn Easy Forex movement, where I help people just like you, all of you guys, all across the world, how to change your perspective on how you look at the Forex market and how to trade the Forex market for profit. Finally. Alright, now listen, you guys already know, very thankful to have you guys here. You guys coming from all across the world, all four corners of the world. Very thankful to have you guys here. Also, I always tell you guys, if you're not yet connected with us on social media, come on now. You guys know social media is what's popping right now. Alright? Listen, Facebook, Instagram, you guys get connected with us there. Alright? Also, listen, we're pushing 28,000 subscribers right now. Our count is constantly going up each and every week, each and every month. Actually, every day it's going up. So, therefore, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, get subscribed. And if you're not yet a part of our following on Vimeo, head over there and get connected, all right? Now, listen, this video here is going to be about something that I've explained before, but I want to make sure that everyone, under the sound of my voice, whoever takes time to watch my videos, are able to comprehend this. All right? You know, I hate to bring this to you guys, but I have to. All right? Let me tell you guys this. This video is going to be about. It's going to be a tough one. All right, it's going to be a tough one. Kind of taking my time with actually bringing this video to you guys because it's a hard one to talk about, and I know that I may let a lot of people down talking about this. All right, but I think it needs to be put out there. And I think it's important that we are transparent all the time, that I built everything that I have off of being transparent and open with you guys. So I want to remain open and let you guys know what time it is. All right? So I want to tell you guys the truth about my student reviews. All right. I know that I've had, like, for instance, I've had a student I had a young lady. She's an aspiring student. She messaged me the other day, yesterday actually, and she said, I'm sort of interested in what you have going on, but I noticed that you don't have any student reviews. You know, when I did a search on your student reviews, I couldn't find anything. So then I told her, I said, well, for what it's worth, I can't force people to review what it is or provide a review for my service. It's not a requirement. So, she chimed back and she said, I told her, I said, well, I've created a web page with reviews that I put on there from students who messaged me their reviews. Certain text messages students have sent me, I've captured those, and of course with their authorization or their, of course I asked them, listen, are you fine with me putting your first to last name or a video of you or whatever? And she said, well, I haven't found anything with just like, reviews besides that page. When I did a Google search, I found that page, and that was it, what she said the second time. So let me tell you guys the truth behind my reviews, because I know a lot of you may feel this way. The truth of the matter is, just to be forthright with you guys, is, I kind of tricked you guys just now, but the truth of the matter is one, like I said, I don't force my students to provide me with a review. if students, if they send me an email, I will publicize that email, make sure that I don't include their name and email address, at least their whole name, maybe just the first name, but I will never include their email address because, you know, it's, you know, some people like myself, you want a bit of privacy. You don't want all of your information out there, you know. In this day and age, you don't want that anyway. So the truth of the matter is this: the reviews that I have, or the reviews that you guys find online, they're all real. You know, I've had someone message me before and say, no, I found a web page online, and the web page stated that it stated that I paid for my reviews. And anyone who's been a student, and you've sent me a review, and you were put on our review website, So Darn Easy Forex -reviews.com. If you were put on that website, I declare any of you who I solicited, hey, listen, could you please provide me with a review and I'll give you some money, whatever, give you a So Darn Easy Forex hat. If any of you have been targeted by me, please, you know, spill the beans, let people know, because there's a lot of people who think because they can't find reviews on my service or my services that I may be a fraud, a scam, or whatever people might think. I mean, people don't think whatever. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to you guys, and just like I told the young lady, just because you might not find a review, it doesn't mean that the service is no good. Now, I train a lot of people, and that's what she said. Well, you train a lot of people, but I can't find any reviews. And I get that, because you would hope to find reviews, but you know what? I can't force people to give a review. You guys know how reviews work. A lot of people who are satisfied with a product or service, they don't really care about going onto a review board and making a review. But you let something bad happen, oh man, I'm going up there, I'm going to raise some noise, I'm doing this. They're quick to do that. So, you know, and then that it doesn't necessarily help, because you have people who are onlookers. They're on the fence. They're hoping to find a good opportunity, and if all they find is negative reviews, well, it looks bad. You know, it looks like, okay, this company isn't set up right. But see, this is the reason why I had to create my own website, because I get the game. I get what people are in this Forex game. People are grimy. People are grimy, and people will do whatever they can to discredit, to ruin your name, your reputation, or whatever. But one thing people can't say about me, you can say, oh, he's probably this, and you haven't even been a student. And that's the funny thing about it. I ran across a web page and they were saying, oh, this guy, is he real? Is he fake? Is he doing this and that? But one person said, well, you know, one thing I can say is that this guy, he give out trade alerts and they're always on the money. And then, you know, so it's like, come on now, like, you guys gotta really think about what's going on. You know, think outside of the box. Some people are just so closed in, cannot really think for themselves. I want you guys to know, just because you cannot find a positive review or a review on a company, this for all of us really, because I purchase items too, and I may look for reviews, but just because you cannot find a review of your liking or a review at all, it doesn't mean that the service is crappy. You know, now, I'm not one to force anyone into any type of service of mine if they don't want it. And that's why I move the way that I do. I'm not one out here, spamming people's inboxes. I don't do that. If you don't want the service, that's fine. You don't want the service. We're not going to wrestle on you want my service. If you don't want it, you find someone else. But a lot of times what happens, people, they say, well, I passed up on your service because I thought it was too good to be true. And here I am a year later, I'm in part of your service. And I'm like, man, I wish I just joined you back when I first found you. So it's funny how things happen. But just want to let you guys know, if you find, if there's anyone who could come out and say that this guy, he doesn't put forth the effort to help us, I'm looking for the first person who could say that. And I want to say this. I've trained a lot of people. And I think if I trained a lot of people and if people weren't being taught well, forget about what if you say what they're not doing, if they're not putting reviews out, that's their business. They don't have to. People are private. And I made it clear, listen, you don't have to put a review out. There was a point in time when I was creating the review website. I said, listen, if you guys are happy with the service, you guys could send me reviews. And I had, people, they would send reviews. And of course, that was optional. There wasn't nothing. It was nothing where, no type of, hey, listen, let me call you up real quick. Listen, I'll give you $300 if you do this. I'm not playing them types of games. We're going to deal with things honestly. And that's just what it's about. Because just like I spoke with my students then, and anyone who was a student then could come out and they could say, well, listen, yeah, he did bring it to us and he did tell us that, I'm straightforward, man. I showed my students the web page I found with people saying, this guy, I think he's this, but these people never been a student. So how could you really give a thorough assessment of a product or a service if you haven't been a student yourself? You're on the outside looking in, speculating. And that's the problem. There are a lot of speculators, and those who go through my camp, those who go through my training, they can tell you best. But you know what? Guess what? That's the beauty of what it is, of how I operate. I don't necessarily care to have the reviews. I don't force my students to do that if they don't want to. It's optional. And if the reviews that I make these videos on, those reviews really are from people who randomly email me and say, hey, listen, man, I did this, man, your service is great. And I say, you know what, I think it's worth the spill. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and make a video and let people see that, people are happy over here. And they don't have to do this. This is what they do on their own time. So it's important that you guys know this. One, no review or review doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. Okay? Two, if you're looking for the consensus of everyone to dictate what you do, you have to think for yourself. Because if everyone is running down that way and you have no idea why they're running that way, you go ahead and run that way and you never know what you're running into. All right? So sometimes you have to, I'm using that as an analogy to tell you, think for yourself. Sometimes we have to take a step back and we have to look at what's really going on and make sense out of it for ourselves before we pass judgment or miss out on a golden opportunity just because, oh, it sounds too good to be true. Now, that's a saying that people, they live by. Maybe that's why a lot of people, they say, I turned away from you at first because how could it be so darn easy? Whether it's a play on words or whether it's something to get into the mental so you guys I can get into the mental and have you believe in that, because once you believe it, then everything else it makes it easier. But regardless, you guys, I can go on and on about this, but I want you guys to know that have a mind for yourself. All right? Good review, bad review, no review doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. Sometimes you have to undergo, you have to undergo the training, or you have to buy the service, buy into the service to realize the good or the bad. All right, and that's just being real. So I don't want you guys to think like originally the way I started the video all, I made you guys think that it was going to be something really bad, and I had to tell you guys, yeah, I was doing this, but it's nothing like that. It's just a matter of me being forthright with you guys. If you guys can find a group of folks who are saying that, this guy, he's crappy, he doesn't do this, he's no good of a trainer. I mean, come on now. I think that you would hear a lot of these stories on Facebook and on Instagram and stuff, and you're not hearing that. You know, you're not hearing that. I mean, I get a lot of people from these big names, the IMLs and all that stuff. A lot of people, they come over to me. So, you know, just think about that. There's a reason why people, they jump ship and come to me looking for training. It's a reason why. Just put it out there. It's a reason why people, they leave these different companies and they big name companies come to me for training because of these same reasons. You know, people may have saw one opportunity as being, oh, it's too good to be, not really too good to be true, but it's really a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't I get on this? They're giving us this, that, and the third. Oh, I'm all in. How much does it cost? Let me get in. And then you realize, oh, snap! Like it's like this. And you're like, man, when I came over here with the So Darn Easy Forex movement, I'm like in heaven. Like, this is a different setup here. All I have to do is sit back and learn. Like, that's it. So, you know, you guys, you know, come on now. Like, let's make sense out of things, and just remember what I told you guys. If you have question about the setup, please, you know, make sense out of it. Think about what's going on. Think about the reality of how the internet works, how social media has taken its turn in good and bad ways. You got to think about how all this stuff can change the dynamics of quality, if you will, reviews. You know, people. Now, there is truth behind the fact that there are people who they buy reviews. There are people who make fake reviews and all that stuff. You know, if you go to my review page, that stuff, those are real people. Those are people who I have trained. You know, so you know, check it out. Check it out for yourself. You know, if you feel like it's one thing I tell people, listen, do not live with no regret. If you feel like something is bad, something like, just like I told a young lady, if it doesn't feel right, if it feel like something is wrong, like, don't even inquire. And that was really my point with her. I said, well, you know, if you really felt like something wasn't adding up, like, why even inquire? You know, because if it's not good, then it isn't good. If you feel in your gut that something, it smells foul, don't even waste your time on it. Don't live with any regrets. Keep it moving. And that's what it's about. That's why I don't chase people down. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste on people who are tire kickers. No time to waste on that. We're trying to get money out here, and that's what it's about. So get serious. You guys know where I am. Yusef Scott, the Forex GOAT. As always, if you're not connected with us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, get there. You know, YouTube, you guys know, get connected with this YouTube channel. You also catch us on Vimeo. See you guys in the next video. Peace.